I went outdoors and it's August 25th, I think. I don't know. We're walking in to see if this new bait we started last Sunday, yeah, was hit before we carry in all the stuff. So we're gonna, hang on guys. We'll just go as soon as we see it. Then we'll know. Oh, I can't see it yet, it's a little ways. But instead of carrying all that crap in, just walk a few extra steps just to see. But we're under 2 weeks now till opening day, and we're getting excited. All right, we're about 60 yards away and we can see it, the lid's off. So let's go get the stuff. Bait, it's after 2 o'clock. And I normally don't like baiting this late, but we just got up here. Wanted to run down here quick because I'm anxious to see what's on the camera here. And if there's something decent in here, I want to keep them fed. You know, there's a bunch of bears. So let's go get the bait and get it baited up. And then we'll do the rest tomorrow. And then probably Sunday morning or something before we leave. We stopped in Lena again today on the way up. And got some more buckets of cream and some more bags of, what are the sugar cones? Just because we're getting kind of low and I don't want to run out like right before the bear season. And they were actually getting down there on bait the way it was. So you wait till the last minute and then you'll have none. And if we're going to be doing 4 baits now in the next 2 weeks, that's a lot of bait we're going to go through. But it'll all... we'll decide on all that stuff tomorrow, I guess, if we keep all the baits going. I know the 2 for sure we'll keep, the original 2. This one I'm hoping is going to be looking good. And then that new bait that we started a few weeks ago, we'll see. There's more bears coming there now. We just need a good one. Coming bait. All right, we made it to the bait, into the swamp. Parker's gonna start dumping the stuff in. There's a little bit of stuff on the bottom, but who knows, they might have just hit it last night or something. Sounds pretty soupy. All right, grab that bucket bait. All right, now that we're under 2 weeks, I wasn't gonna do this. I wasn't gonna give out my secret ingredient. I probably still shouldn't, but hopefully nobody tells anybody. Well, here it is. A whole bag of Mountain Dew concentrate syrup. And I think Mountain Dew's got a little sugar in it, I think.
A little
bit, just a little bit.
Just a tiny bit.
So when you take away all the soda part of it, and it's just the raw ingredients, maybe a little bit of water in there. Turns out like this, right? Pour that on. There we go. Pure Mountain Dew. Doesn't get much sweeter than that. So I think we're gonna drizzle a little bit of that on the bait ones. All right, go ahead. Let's see how this works.
Here.
Just poke a hole.
Do a stick.
There you go. A little bigger.
Oh, I can smell it all.
Can you?
Tastes like Mountain Dew.
Tastes like Mountain Dew? All right, dump it all. Dump it in there.
Oh.
There you go. Just let it coat it all real nice.
You should have got a box of that.
Kind of looks like,
Dew.
from here it looks like you're peeing on the, you're kind of peeing on the bait. Parker, don't pee on the bait. They're gonna love it or hate it, I guess.
They're gonna love it.
If they don't like it, then they're not gonna eat it because it is soaked in pure Mountain Dew. This would be a good commercial for Mountain Dew, right?
Yeah.
I don't know who would want to watch it or who would buy Mountain Dew. Or, yeah, I guess bears don't buy Mountain Dew, so. Good job. Put the lid on. Time to put the lid on. It's another bait we don't have a name for, do we?
No.
We'll find out when we look at the chip. We're going to go back to the cabin and check it out. We did spray the Gold Rush when we're here on Sunday. And I gotta say, I think it is making a difference, it seems like. And from looking at the pictures last time we were up here, it just seems like there's maybe more activity on the baits than there was prior to using it. I wouldn't say I've drawn in any new bears or bigger bears, I guess, maybe some new smaller ones. But it does seem like there is more activity lately at the baits, more during the day, just more often, more pictures. And maybe it works. The guy said don't use it every time. So right now we're just gonna drench it with vanilla everywhere. We got the Mountain Dew. That's gonna be the ticket. I only got a few more at the cabin. Quite a few. Outdated product was just gonna get thrown away.
I'd say 49 more.
I don't know about 49 more, but enough. So let's get out of here. All right, it's the next morning. It's August 26th, and we're gonna head out and bait the remaining 3 baits. Maybe we'll go down to that bait we did yesterday. I don't know. We looked at the camera chip on it, and there was only one small bear.
I'd say.
But I think there was some stuff. The camera's too high, so it's cutting off the bottom of the bait. So we have to. I want to go down there and readjust that at least, and maybe it got hit. But what was cool about that bait was all the bucks that were in there. Remember?
Yeah, like big ones.
There was
a 9-pointer,
one of,
like
yeah.
a 10-pointer.
Yeah, and a lot of deer. Usually every time we start a bait, one of the first things in there is a deer. They come nosing around. But there's some big bucks in there, and it was kind of cool to see that up here. So we're gonna go bait the other ones and check the cameras. Hopefully we got a big one coming in, or at least the same ones are still coming in. We're trying to sweeten up the pot as much as possible, as you saw yesterday with the old Mountain Dew secret ingredient syrup. So let's get out there and get them done. We're at the new bait. We never did find a name for it, but there's quite a few bear in here now, including the cubs. We're feeding like 9 bear, I think it was. I think there's a sow and 3 cubs, a sow and 2 cubs, and then there's at least 2 smaller ones. But there seem to be coming in more and more and more, and there's beat down trails going through all over the place, and we've only had this one a couple weeks, I think. So we're just gonna keep it going. Maybe a bigger one will show up. But we're gonna douse it with the good stuff, and then move on to the next one. Into Tony's bait here again. It's all cleaned up. This one too has got quite a few bear. After I look at the camera, I gotta try and sit down and like look at how many are coming in, because there's probably, I don't know, half a dozen for sure, but there is one really good. I'm pretty sure it's a sow. It's much bigger than I thought it was. The head and face look real skinny, but the gut hangs down, and it looks like a few inches from the ground. So I think I'm underestimating that one. I think it's been here the whole season, the whole summer. But we'll get out of here and check the cameras and see what we got on here, like usual. At the Y. I'm glad I wasn't carrying these Mountain Dew syrup all summer, because I think they're at least 30 pounds, maybe more. Are these?
They're 3 gallons.
Yeah, they're 3 gallons of syrup, but they are heavy. So on top of that, and carrying the 2 buckets, and then we always bring out some cream to put in there, maybe some oil, the backpack spare. It's a lot of stuff, but we only got maybe 3 or 4 more baitings done, or 3 or 4 more baitings until opening day. So our baiting trips are limited now. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. Right? Well, let's get this one done, shut the camera, and then we'll go to adjust the camera at the new bait and call her a day, I think. It's tiring. All right, it's Sunday. We are, what, 10 days in the season? Something like that? Yeah, Wednesday the 7th it opens. So yeah, we are less than 2 weeks, just over a week. Crunch time. We are loaded up big time today, right? Everything we think of. We're not holding anything back. We are dousing these baits with everything we got, the sweetest, the best stuff, because it's getting crunch time here. And yeah, check the chips. There's some decent bears. Nothing crazy big, but we're hoping now in this next week things start changing, right? We're gonna get out and bait the 4 baits we got going right now, and then we'll be back up at the end of the week, and then I might just stay here for the next week and a half or whatever it is, the whole season basically, well, the whole first week. It's Labor Day weekend next weekend. All right, so we got the 4 baits done. Wasn't the best outing we had. Bait number 4, our newest one, wasn't hit, and that was 3 nights ago we baited it. The bait of the Y, that was hit, but for the first time ever, there was some stuff left in it. There was a lot more commotion down there this weekend. I think it's the last weekend the hound hunters can run their dogs before they have to take the week off before the baiters start. Yeah, I think they got to the end of the month and then they can't practice. So they were chasing bears around, I know, because we've seen the trucks in our driveway kind of here driving around. They must had some bears coming through, so that might have played a factor in it. Plus just more people. I just seen way more people this weekend driving around. I ran into people down on that road where I haven't seen people all year, and it just, that's the way it was. But then our other 2 baits to the north, they were cleaned up like usual. The 3rd bait, the new bait that we never named, that actually is getting better and better. There's all those sow and cubs. There's 2 little ones, but then you'll see the videos there that the last bear that came in the bait was a new one, 200-300 pound, looked like a sow, I don't know. So that bait's actually increasing. So I'm gonna go check out these pictures on the cameras here, because I'm kind of interested to see what's been going on the last few days. Here we're at our newest bait, the 4th bait. Deer, beautiful deer pictures in there. It was really cool with the light. Here's that big buck, real big one. You can see it in the back there. Not real wide, but tall. I mean, that's one of the biggest bucks I've seen up there. Then he takes off, and you can see behind him there's another one, just as tall but a little narrower. I don't know if this is the same one that's in the bait now sniffing around. Like I said, we always have deer come in right away when we bait sites. You can see it's not hit yet by bear. Pretty decent buck, especially for up there. And then here's another smaller buck coming nosing around, but just a beautiful scenery. And then this is the only bear I saw. The lid was already knocked off, so something else hit it, but it might have been the same one. Just a little guy, 80-90 pounds. Here we are at the Y. This is a pretty decent bear, coming in during shooting hours. I don't know how big he is, but 180-ish. Then you got a couple little guys like this that probably aren't even 100 pounds. Here's another one that's even shorter than the other one. Then there's a 2 or 3 like this size-ish, you know, the 150s, somewhere in there. This one's kind of hard to tell. Might be a little better than that, but 180-ish. Decent bears. They look nice. They're kind of cool to watch. They're nice having a lot of them around. You know, nothing huge right now at this site. Then there's these 2 together all the time. We see them quite a bit, and I'm pretty sure I see them at 2 different baits. Here we are at our 3rd bait, the new bait, I guess we called it. A lot of little guys. Then we got the sow and 2 cubs. It's kind of fun to watch them mess around with this giant log we got there, because they're fighting there. But they literally can fit inside of it. So it's kind of fun watching the cubs try and stretch in there. And then even these smaller bears by themselves, they have a hard time too. Here's the sow and 3 cubs that are in there. So we got the sow and 2 cubs, the sow and 3 cubs. This little guy's got a nice little white patch on his chest, the one that's laying on his back there. It'd be kind of cool when he gets bigger. Even the mother one here has a hard time getting in there, but they really can bend their bodies and get in there pretty deep. She don't like that stump though. She wants to roll it over bad. She's always gnawing at it. Here she takes off. I don't know if she's looking for her cubs or what. Another smaller one, and here's a sow and 3 cubs again. You can see that one little one's totally in the log, gone. She's peeking in there to see if he's still in there. It's kind of funny. You could actually fit 2 of them cubs, I think, inside that stump. And she's really digging at it, man. And then this is finally had a decent bear show up at this bait. I think it's pretty decent. I think it's over 200. You know, it showed up one time, so we'll see if she comes back. Then we got Tony's bait, probably our best bait right now. It's been steady all year. A bunch of little ones like this. He's always climbing trees. It's kind of funny to watch him. Then we got solid bears. I mean, they're nothing huge, but I mean, these might be the 2 that are at the Y. I think they're between both baits. We got some decent ones. They look pretty thick, pretty solid. I don't think they're the biggest bear in the world, but here we got a little bit better one. I know that log is pretty big, so it's kind of a good reference to see how the size of these things. I mean, they're decent bear, I guess. Then we got the sow and a couple bigger cubs. They're in there quite a bit. Here's a little buck that came nosing around, a little brave little Krivitz buck. Tony will probably get a shot at him this year for gun season. Then we got this guy here. I can't tell which one's which now anymore once we start going through these. The sow and 3 cubs. This one looks like a solid bear. Looks longer than those other ones. But they're all respectable bear. That one looks a little bit heavier than those other 2. That's a good angle of him there. He's pretty wide. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a decent bear. It looks pretty heavy. Head looks narrow and ears look big, but this is a big one. This is one we got coming in here now, and I think this is one of our real big ones. And it's got a small head, narrow head, but the ears look big. But man, when this thing turns sideways, it just looks like a tank. I think it's a real heavy bear. It's probably a sow. And I think that's our bear we want right there. So that's episode 12 for Parker's quest for his Wisconsin black bear. This will probably be the last episode before the hunting video. Hopefully the kill video, the video we've been waiting for 3 months. Because I'm going back home now and we're coming back up next weekend, Labor Day weekend, and I'm probably gonna stay because that Wednesday after Labor Day is opening day. Parker will find his way back up here somehow, and we will be hunting Wednesday. So then hopefully we're gonna get some videos of some live footage of the bears, you know, at our baits, or some shooting a giant bear, right? Friends of ours, they got bear tags. Hopefully we're gonna have lots of video. That's what we're hoping for. We got the baits in today, just in time, because it's raining now. It's beautiful. We're gonna have a little pizza and then we're gonna go home. But the baits were okay. You saw the videos there. I've seen better, but the big news was the big one that showed up again at Tony's bait, right? Tony's bait's probably been our best one, but yeah, 1 picture or 3 videos, I think, of that one at night, wasn't it, Parker? Yeah. Middle of the night, 2 nights ago. But it's probably one of the big ones, the Chongus or Scarface, whatever ones we were calling them. But it's a giant bear. I mean, it just looks huge. You know, it's guts barely off the ground, and that's a good one. And then we got a couple other good ones too. There's some better bear at that new bait up there. The Y, I don't know what happened with the camera there, but it didn't look like it was hit very much. And then our 4th bait didn't get hit at all. A lot's gonna change in this next week, I think. So I'm looking forward to coming up here, and I'm gonna bait more often, not as much, and just monitor these baits and figure out where we're gonna sit opening day. All right. Yeah. So thanks for following along this journey this summer, this quest. It's been fun. Did a lot of work. I think we're gonna have enough bait left, right? So if you haven't subscribed, do that so you don't miss out on the big finale of this bear season. I hope it all works out. I'm building it up pretty good, and Parker's got a lot of pressure, right? A lot of pressure for him to fulfill this quest. We had a good weekend up here. We had fun. We had a lot of fun, right? Why? Because we
Went outdoors.
Thank you.